Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Bailey, also known as CringeMcCringle here on YouTube. With it being 2026 and the 15th anniversary of Transformers Dark of the Moon, I thought that over the next few months that I would talk about some of the more rare Japanese items from Dark of the Moon. And today I'm going to start off with one of my favorites. This is Transformers Dark of the Moon DD-10 Skywarp, which was available only in Japan because this came from the era where Skywarp was the hard seeker to get for whatever fucking reason.
I have to assume we didn't get this in the States because Dark of the Moon didn't sell nearly as well as 2007 and Revenge of the Fallen, which is a shame because I really do like this figure and this mold a lot.
Is it a bit undersized as deluxe? Yes. Do I care? No. Why? Because this figure is great.
I mean, there's a reason they upscaled it and used it for the Studio Series release of Starscream. It really is that good. Robot mode has plenty of detail as you'd expect for a figure from the Bayverse. Head sculpt is well detailed and it appears that they tried to make it somewhat G1 styled with the gray and black. And his eyes have been painted red.
No light piping.
The signature Dorito styled body has been captured pretty well.
Wait a minute. Dorito. Seekers. Oh my god! Skywarp is sweet spicy chili. Starscream is nacho cheese. Thundercracker is Cool Ranch. I've done it. I've solved it.
There are plenty of details on the chest that have been highlighted in silver. The yellow cockpit does a good job of breaking everything up and throwing in another splash of a different color. Arms are skinny and lanky with them going all the way down to his knees. We can find Skywarp's Decepticon logo on the purple painted portion of his shoulder. His legs are a good-sized chunk of jet engine with these little legs attached in what I call the standardized Bayverse robot chicken leg design, also known as the MacLeod. Toes are molded in black, and to help support the weight, he's got these landing gear heel spurs.
Alright, so let's go over articulation, starting off at the head. Skywarp can... There's ice cream on my finger, hold on. We're just going to put that back there to warm that back up. Alright, so starting with articulation, at the head, he can look left, and he can look right. This shoulder assembly here can move up and down a little bit. The arms can rotate all the way around, but they like to pop off pretty easily with little to no effort. The arms can go out. Then there's this joint here at the top part of the elbow that goes back and forth. The bottom portion of the elbow here, that is on a ball joint, so that can fold up and down and can rotate. The wrist here, that is on a double joint to fold up like that, more so due to transformation than anything. There is no waist swivel, so that's a bummer, but this is 2011, so they weren't really worried about all that. But the legs here, those do go forward, it goes backwards, and then it goes out. And then this portion here, if you want to call this like the first knee here, that can go forward and back. And then there is a swivel here, which also likes to pop out pretty regularly, if you at least move it. And then there's this knee joint here. So that goes back and forth. And then toes go down like that. So yes. Ice cream.
Skywarp, along with this Seeker mold, is fine pose. You're not going to get anything super cool out of him, but he can do the basic stuff that you want him to do. MechTech was the overarching gimmick of the Dark of the Moon toy line, in a similar way that 2007 had Automorph and Revenge of the Fallen had MacLeod. Personal hot take, I think, this is the best gimmick from the first three movies, and I'll show you why. Looking at Skywarp's weapons, which is an anomaly in of itself because every other Deluxe only came with one weapon, the Seeker mold, however, came with two. As you can see, one is just a static knife molded in gray plastic with a red paint hint on the blade, and the other weapon is this gun. But if you push this piece on top forward, it transforms into a knife. And on top of that, combine both the weapons together and it becomes Mega Knife! Now on to transformation. Since he is a deluxe class, it is quite simple. Everything folds inwards and compacts nicely to make for a very tidy jet mode. I also want to point out that I had the Thundercracker repaint as a child, and therefore I could probably do this transformation blindfolded if I really needed to. And here we have Skywarp's jet mode. It looks fantastic and surprisingly has a very clean underside for a deluxe class jet. And I will say it's a much better underside than the MPM, I might add. Out of the original 3 Seekers, I've always loved Skywarp's colors the most, as purple is my favorite color. And this also seems like the most plausible jet colors out of the 3. This black is absolutely rad, especially with the yellow, silver, and the purple to contrast very nicely. The jet mode is also very well detailed with all of the panel lines, rivets, afterburners, and the flaps on the wings. The cockpit has a molded-in seat to add just that little extra realism. This mode also has landing gear to help prop him up if you don't want him just sliding about. The back 2 just fold out from his legs as mentioned previously, and the one in front folds down from his chest. And finally, let's go over weapon storage because I find it very funny that an F-22 Raptor would be equipped with these 2 very weirdly designed guns, of which one turns into a massive knife. And here's what it looks like with Mega Knife!
Overall, Skywarp is a great figure. It does suck that he was limited only to Japan because I don't know that he's exactly worth the price on the aftermarket, especially considering there's the Voyager Skywarp, which matches with the Thundercracker and the G1 Starscream, so if you want your G1 Seeker Trio, you can do it that way for significantly cheaper. But as a Bavers As a Bavers completist, I knew that I had to collect this, especially because I really like that deluxe mold, and it works great for this guy. But with that being said, I'm going to put this guy right here. Stay. I thought he was going to fall over. And I will see you guys all in the next video review. See ya.